Hello there and welcome back to Germany. As you know, we last time we got to see French waltz, or the French troops waltz over Austria, and we also declared war on Stade. We wanted it bad, or I did, but still, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. We are more or less just trying to make things work here. I wanted to go for a military idea, but we have to upgrade our military tech as well to keep up with everyone else. So that's what we'll be doing. Other than that, I'm really not 100% today. Sorry, but as I was saying, otherwise we'll try to take some of our claims before they actually expire. As you can see, it's just 11 years left. So taking as many as those claims as possible would be of interest to us. So going after Baden here, I believe they actually just been released, is probably our next move after being done with the Denmark. We'll take Baden and annex them. It's also a risky move simply because we'll get a border with France, but as you know, we allied France and Portugal last time to secure ourselves in the event of war, more or less. That's basically it. So we'll see how it actually turns out. We didn't actually get any extra war score from taking it, so let's see, how far are we away? Denmark was shell, thanks to war, Danish military strength. The only thing you have, Denmark, is fleet strength. When will you realize that? But still, that doesn't even matter. We'll be sending these guys to send Hungarians home. I think, no, we'll simply wait for now. Probably. Once those sieges are done, I'm pretty sure they'll actually end up giving me what I want. I think, at least. The Commonwealth. Wow, first time I see the Commonwealth form. That is quite interesting, and we have alliances with them. Although it seems they'll actually quit that once they get the chance. And with these amount of forces, I'd say we are looking at a very grim situation here. How are we doing in terms of military tech? Military is level 8, so we have better troops. We should have better ideas, I think. Prussian. But yes, we have better. Once we get that one, we'll basically be... I hope we get that before they attack us, because as you can see, they do have a lot of land, they have a lot of power. And as you see, they only have 2 ways of entering our country. That is right now, but as time goes, that'll probably increase quite a lot. Rebels in Brunswick to boot. So siege of Nord-Jylland is over. How about I go ahead and kill your troops, you Danish devil. If he moves with tax it, they can do things on their own. That's a surprise, but still, we'll be going after the no, we'll be making peace here. There we go. We'll be going after the Brunswickens, and we'll be growing, or aiming at least at growing, always be at war. I guess that's one way of making sure we don't end in trouble here. Who currently have I a truce with? Bohemia, good, has... I'd say I have a truce with 90% of those people. So we'll go ahead and declare war for Pfalz. And hopefully we'll be simply going for an annexation, I think. That seems to be our best move. We're in the money, gain 100 ducats for free, good. And Baden, Brittany, Salzburg, and Utrecht. And also a call to arms from France. Milan, Hungary, Bosnia. So apparently the Chereeoke. So apparently those guys were stupid enough to attack. I believe Chereeoke is a vassal of France or Savoy. Are you vassals of France? No, you aren't. Probably a warning then of some kind. Protection guarantee, I guess. But Milan has actually gained quite a lot of land, and also it seems that Naples is kicking Austria's ass as well. Should potentially declare war on Austria myself then, and take some land. But I'll be happy with just taking Baden for now. So without any further ado, we'll simply be destroying their troops, I guess, and then we'll be start sieging. their lands. Hopefully we'll be getting them without any too much fighting, but that's a subject to change, I guess. It seems that these guys also have the full defensive ideas. No, they do not. I simply were in a state of attrition. But yeah, we'll be trying to take them down fast. We will end up in a war with Bohemia soon enough as well, and everyone else here. So we'll be trying to grow into Germany before the Commonwealth actually turns on us. As long as we keep in a state of war, they can't, but there are limits to how much we can bullshit France, so to speak, into liking us. So we'll do some relations, we'll improve them, aim at improving them for quite some time. We'll improve the relations we have to the Commonwealth as well, and hopefully we can make this work, but I highly doubt it. You know how it went in my France game, if you've seen it. I conquered mercilessly there for myself and no one else, and that ended up in tragedy. So we'll see if we can hopefully skip that point in this one, but it depends. We'll have to see. It seems that in Stade, 11,000 rebels. That's a lot of rebels, but still, we'll detach sieges. We'll send those guys to back them up, and as you can see, Münster and Utrecht, or Münster, has now become a prime target, thanks to the fact that they hold two of my provinces, but the only real issue is that the capital is here. Let's see, can I actually declare war on you guys? No, I can't. That's a little bit sad, but Baden is about to fall. The only real issue then is keeping control over my manpower, having it grow. I guess it will be difficult if I am to be in a state of constant war, but we'll go for a full annexation. Minus 33, France minus 65. I think we can live with that. We can just live with that, I think. So now I actually have to be careful. I can't really make too many flashy moves anymore. I guess I'll have to be peaceful, as they say, for a little while, but still, I think we should be alright. Combat width by 2, infantry fire. I guess we got some better cannons. Overextension is dangerously high. Well, then we'll have to lower it before we go to our next war. But yeah, we'll be interested to see if we can. I guess the Commonwealth has... No, we're still allied. France, Commonwealth. If I go after Bohemia, I think France won't actually bother too much. Or I can also go after Austria, because it seems that the French doesn't actually like them. And who are you don't like? Bohemia. So I can go after Bohemia and then Austria. That's a possibility, but yeah, we will not be going after Bohemia. As far as I know now, the Commonwealth is most likely just plotting to attack me. So I'll be keeping quite peaceful here. I have France as a backup, I think. So I think I'll actually have to bribe them to. Wow, 250. No, that's better spent elsewhere. But I'll be a good boy now for a little while. I don't think I actually have any other choice. I could, of course, now try to get into a war with most of the Holy Roman Empire, but still, I'll have to deal with Hesse, with Frankfurt. There's too many people that I actually have to get into war with. But the fact that all of the miners here are here could be a good idea. I could potentially just keep them. Wow, I'm left on my own here. The Frenchies have started to hate me for some reason. Border friction, I guess. But still, they are actually friendly towards me still. So we'll see. Perhaps I can get an alliance with the French in the future. But basically, with this, I'm open to the Commonwealth. But I have better troops than them, so that should be a deterrent of at least some note, I think. So we'll have to see how this actually turns out. But now I don't really have to care about our relations with them. So I can now start once again warring against whomever I want. There is one thing I want though. I don't know if there actually is. I'm just going to check. I want a truce map mode. A map mode that simply shows you who you have truces with, because with these diplomatic, no, it doesn't show you truces. Simply shows where you have claims, who you have royal marriages with, and so forth. So yeah, let's see. Otherwise, religious, trade, none of these are useful for me. That's too bad. But yeah, that's another way to remind a truce map mode, because I'm pretty sure I truces with everyone. Can just do a quick little check though. Yep. So when are the first truces due to end? 29th of July. Yeah, 29th of July. Next year. Who do I want to attack then? Well, we'll wait until the beginning of the next month or the next year. At least so my course actually also get a little bit of time to mature, I guess I should say. So until then. A little bit of a surprise for you. It would seem that Württemberg was instantly annexed by the Swedes. So they own a little outpost here in the middle of the Holy Roman Empire. And since they aren't actually in coalition with anyone, it's tempting to just go ahead and attack them. The only real issue to that is that they're allied with the Commonwealth. And apparently the Swedes have turned Orthodox, which also is kind of weird in its own right, but still. Bohemia declared war upon Austria, that's a good thing. That means that I could potentially start causing some trouble as well, once I'm actually ready to do so. Taking Urs and Böhmerwald would potentially be a good thing. And as you know, I want to actually be ready to keep troops in Hinterpommern and Neumark. Or actually have them go all the way to Brandenburg if possible, to attack my troops. So we'll see what we actually end up with there, but as you know, I hate that thing. I have claims to Urs and Böhmerwald along with Breslau, but if I take these two and then go after the Austrians, which have these provinces which are quite rich, I think I would be better off. So we'll see what we actually end up doing, but for now that's what I'm thinking at least. We have everything cored. We are more or less in a position to declare a winning war, and I'm pretty sure I'll actually go ahead and take Oberpfalz and Niederbayern from Würzburg. And after that, we'll probably start causing some trouble for the Austrians as well. Take Ostmark, Linz, Steiermark, Graz, so forth, and all in all just take a lot of land so that I actually have the power to fight back against the people who want to, well, take me down. So we'll go ahead and declare war on Würzburg, and I'm pretty sure that Bohemians will actually join in. Bohemians are actually war leader, which is kind of scary, but we'll probably cope anyways. How many men does these guys actually have? 30,000. So it could be an interesting battle, but I still have the superior troop type, so I'm kind of sure that we'll actually pull this off without too much fuss. So we'll see how this actually ends up turning out, but for now, I'm, as I said, pretty sure that we'll end up victorious in one way or another. These guys are actually going to Ratibor, and apparently everyone is following them, which is good for me. So without any further ado, we'll be trying to hunt down our enemies, so to speak, and protect the sieges in these two provinces. Other than that, there aren't really that much we will be doing, but we will at least be causing some sort of trouble, and I'm a little bit confident that we will be able to pull this off, although it's at times will probably look a little bit grim. We should be able to, well, do what I originally wanted, which is to destroy the Holy Roman Empire. So we'll see if we can pull that off. We'll also form the Holy Roman Empire in another game, for those of you concerned about that. So, or form it. We'll most likely take a Spain game sooner or later, where we will be. Well, the goal will actually be to form the Holy Roman Empire, and then it's just stood still for me. And then, as Spain, take the Holy Roman Empire, form it, and that should be a very interesting game, I think, because simply because of the fact that I want to form the Holy Roman Empire as Spain. That could be interesting. Also, a lot of other challenges I can take in that game as well. Probably we'll finish some of them in the France game, though. Among them, we have. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, I got sidetracked at the end. But what I wanted to say is there are, of course, some other things that you have to take precedence over some of the other things, and that is the fact that with the France game, I'll probably finish a lot of the challenges, but there are some pretty specific one. Discover the Caribbean and Spain. Is this the way to India? Be a European nation and control all of India. We'll probably do that in the France game before creating a Spain game or something. But yeah, we'll have to deal with it. Simply deal with stuff as it goes. There aren't really any quick fixes, any shortcuts I can use. So we'll have to see how I actually turn out. And also with Cologne here, I'll hopefully be able to take that little province of theirs without too much fight, and hopefully I'll be able to take Osnabrück from Münster in this war. I'm actually not going after just Niederbayern and Oberpfalz here. I'm actually going after a lot of other provinces too, because of the fact that by doing that I'll be able to make better gains in the future. So without any further ado, I'll just go ahead, siege this. As you can see, the only thing I'm actually doing now is running around killing down or killing off these smaller units. So we'll see how this turns out, but also infantry combat ability is coming along nicely, and all in all we are doing pretty well. So we'll see how it goes. Of course we can see a comment. I believe this is the first one this game, or I might have bad memory, almost 100 years, but still, it's how things went back then. It seems to have actually turned down, as far as I can see, the frequency at which they appear, which is something I really like. But still, we'll see how this actually turns out in the end. I think I'll actually keep my tolerance up for now. And I kind of forgot what I wanted to do, but it was probably boost this one back up to 0. So yeah, that's that. Also taking a new idea. I think I showed you inflation minus 10% a year, which is quite good. We'll also take a military idea, I think, and then probably an administrative again to get the plus 25 ability to infantry, which should help me, which should help protect myself against my enemies pretty well. So we'll have to see how that works out, but as you can see here, sieges are coming along nicely, and all in all we are at least making some sort of progress. So until we are actually done with this this war here, I'll just be sitting on the sidelines trying to keep everything under control. So as I said, we'll see how it goes, and I'll see what I can get. I don't know why these guys can't walk, but it's probably because it's just we're in a battle, and that is once again starting to piss me off, that you can't actually command your armies. You actually have to wait for that little autosave for no apparent reason. Sure enough, it's a battle, but still, the battle is over. You shouldn't have to wait for the next tick for it to actually save that. But I'm just whining and being a spoiled brat. So we'll see how this actually ends up turning out. Boom! My king is dead. We have a new one. Frederick III August von Hohenhausen will now rule a glorious nation. 213. Not good at all, but still, he's how should I put it? He's average. He's average. What's the name of it? Suddenly stood still again. He's average republic. That's how he is. Let's see if it is anything better. 263. A lot better at least, but not great anyways. Religious turmoil is still raging, unfortunately. I don't know if I actually have to take the counter act to actually fix it. Might be, but still. Probably won't. So we'll be continuing fighting, we'll be continuing sieging, and as soon as we have sieged these two, we'll make a peace with Bohemia, and that peace deal will most likely be Niederbayern, Oberpfalz, Urs, and Böhmenwald, mostly because Breslau has been taken by the Commonwealth, and thus will most likely be one of the. Thus we have a 3-province front instead of just a 2-1. So we'll have to see how that actually turns out. We'll probably go off the Austrians right afterwards, or even Hesse. I'm a little bit unsure. I'll have to see. It's tempting to go after Hesse to take their 2 provinces and then slowly but surely work my way south. But yeah, we'll have to see. The Austrians are currently running north. Don't really know why. And unfortunately, I can't actually take these 1 province minus as I wanted. So we'll have to see if the Austrians are ready to accept my deal. They are. Austrians, Bohemians. It'll cost me a lot, as one might imagine. but taking these will cost me just 15 extra on each, and I don't really care if they hate me that much. The only ones that really hate me here is Austria, Bohemia, and so forth, and they already hate me, so it's not really that much of a loss. The only real issue here now that just hit me, overextension, is going to be high, and it's going to last a while to gain the points needed to actually put it down. So for now we'll be probably doing some piecework, I guess. Salzburg entered, France. Okay, that's not good. That's really bad. I didn't really count on France hating me that much, but it seems they do. So we'll have to be a little bit careful here. Probably not take too much lands now, but we're not really missing that much of what we actually can take. We can't take Breslau, we can't take 2 provinces here, 1, 2, well, there's a lot that we can't take still, when I think about it, but still, we'll be currently now focusing on getting this done, trying to protect ourselves and so forth, and even with the counter here, I managed to go over time. Apologies, I'll end it here, but as you can see, we're well on our way to destroying the Holy Roman Empire. All that remains now is more or less coring this, then go out, then destroy them. I would have preferred it if France actually remained an ally, but the worst case scenario, I'll simply have to sit idle for a decade or 3 to simply get the colonization out of the way. And while I'm sitting that idle decade, I can more or less just cause some issues here. Austria, I believe, is not in colonization against me. I think not at least in a colonization against France. So potentially going out after Austria would actually pay off quite a lot right now in terms of provinces and also in terms of peace deals. So I'll be thinking about that until next time. We might go after Austria. Tell me what you want me to do, and we'll consider what we'll do next time, as I said. So thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.